Hey everybody, it's Michael here from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video review. This should look like a pretty familiar BB pistol. We've seen different versions of these over the past several years, going way back to the GSG-92 from Cybergun. I even reviewed a very similar product, the Crosman PFAM98, which essentially is exactly what you're looking at here on the table, but this version, the P1, which is the Crosman P1 Taurus PT-92 CO2 Blowback, full auto BB pistol, that's what I'm calling this video anyways. This version just happens to come with a laser included in the box. Now that said, you could buy any of the KWC PT-92 versions of this pistol and add your own laser, but hey, Crosman made it super easy. Comes in the box, ready to go, for probably around the same price anyways. Now if you're interested in this product or other products, we do have it in our Canada and US online Replica Airgun store over at replicairguns.ca for Canada and replicairguns.us for the US. I'll put links in the description to buy this particular item, but you can purchase all sorts of airgun related products in those stores. All right, let's get into the specifications. This is a full blowback operation pistol, has a full metal frame, slide, and magazine. It uses 12-gram CO2 cartridges and shoots 4.5mm steel BBs. It has a 20-round full-size dropout metal magazine with a smoothbore barrel with a preset hop-up. Essentially, it's just a little rubber band that goes across the barrel so the BB doesn't fall out when it's been chambered, but once that BB goes past that rubber sort of stopper, it's like a little rubber bar on the top of the barrel, it creates backspin similar to hop-up. The Crosman P1 has a single and double action trigger. So every time that slide comes back, it will reset the trigger, put it in single action operation. But if you do drop that hammer down, you can start shooting in double action and then it'll be single action after that. This gun weighs in at 2.44 pounds or 1,107 grams. Now Crosman does claim 400 feet per second, which I think is a bit high. Typically these full blowback KWC pistols will get just over 300 feet per second, maybe 330 tops. If you haven't noticed, this is a replica of the Taurus PT-92. It's not the Beretta, it's the Taurus, and I'll sort of show you the difference when I bring out another pistol to compare it to. Now this gun is made in Taiwan by KWC, not Crosman, but it is distributed by Crosman. So let's talk about some of these other guns really quickly. Now, as I mentioned, this gun is made by KWC, so they make other versions of this gun distributed by other companies, but they do also make the Crosman PFA M98. They make, of course, the KWC PT-92 or P-92. They also make the Cybergun GSG-92, which I'm not sure if it even exists for sale anymore, but I have reviewed it quite a while ago. And also the Swiss Arms P-92. Quickly going to show you the box. It does have a nice box that it comes in. Can't really see it all at once, but you can see here, nice packaging, nice graphics on the box, rate of fire 850, velocity up to 400. I don't think so. Come on, Crosman, let's be honest. All right, maybe if you're really lucky, first shot on a super hot day, maybe first one out of fresh CO2, just maybe. Okay, on the back, specifications, blowback, 12-gram CO2, 4.5mm BBs, steel airgun shot, of course, steel BBs, 2.43 pounds, 8.5 inches, smooth bore, fixed blade sights, fixed notch in the back, selector safety up to 400 FPS. Again, they really are pushing that. Okay, little graphic there in the back. In the box, we can open this for you. Of course, you're going to get the manual, right? It's kind of a big floppy one. Can't really show it to you, but you know, just your basic stuff you're going to find in there. How to use it, some safety precautions, loading stuff up, how to set the sights, the targets, right? Shooting on a target. You do get some little pack of BBs. Won't last you too long, especially if you're shooting full auto. You will need to buy your own CO2. Everyone asks about that. Rarely do guns ship with CO2. A lot of times, you know, the CO2 isn't so postal friendly. So some postal distributors don't like shipping CO2. So that can be a problem, right? So you do have the Allen key for tightening the CO2. And then you also, of course, get the laser. So I might bring this out. Let's bring it out now. Just take a quick look at it. Okay, so you do have this little Allen key, right? You do have another Allen key, so probably one's for tightening it on the gun, one's probably for adjusting the laser. You have the batteries, and then you have the laser itself. Okay, nice laser. I probably want to take that off, but probably just a warning thing. Don't point it in people's eyes. It's nice. It's metal. It's a good quality laser. Feels good. It's you know, you've got this these little guys here for turning it off and on, I'm sure. So you'd push it back and forth, right, to turn it off and on. It looks pretty good. So I will be putting it on when I test it out, doing the field test shooting video. But for this video, I'm just going to keep it off for now. Just wanted to show you it, that it does come with the gun in the box. Okay. All right, I want to compare it to a couple other pistols that I've already kind of mentioned. So here's my way back gun, the GSG-92 by Cybergun. So essentially, it's a KWC pistol. It's the same pistol. This is a little bit more of a matte finish. We have a little more of a glossy finish, right, with the P1. But the GSG-92, it's a bit older. It's got some high point wear marks on it, which typically happens with this type of finish. It's not a very heavy finish, but it does look good. I don't mind having the high point wear on these guns over time. It kind of makes them look kind of cool and used a little bit, which is fine. A little more realistic. So essentially the same gun, the same type of safeties. Now this GSG-92 didn't come full auto, so you'll notice that when I select the switch up on this side, you don't see the multiple dots. So what Crosman's done here is they've got the dots to show you when you're in semi or full auto, okay? And then at the top, that's safe, okay? So bring it all the way down, and you're in semi-auto, full auto. Now, the GSG-92 didn't come with full auto built into it. So I did make a video a while back going over how to make this gun full auto. There's a way to do it. I do have a video if you want to watch it. Maybe I'll put a link in the description, or you can search the channel for that video, okay? So that's the GSG-92, comparing it to the P1. I want to also compare the M92. Just so you know, so these are all KWC made guns, all of them. This is sort of the Beretta version, so you'll notice the safeties are different, okay? So the safeties on the slide, on the 92, right, on the M92 versus the PT-92 or the P1 here, different safety mechanisms. And even the magazines, and they're more than that. They're different in a lot of ways, I guess, but similar in a lot of ways, different trigger guards. So this is the Beretta, this is the Taurus. You're going to find Umarex typically when they're buying a KWC Beretta Taurus, they're going to go with the Beretta, right? Whereas a lot of other companies, Gletscher, you know, Swiss Arms, different companies, Crosman, of course, they're going to go with the Taurus versions, it seems, for whatever reason. That said, Umarex does have the Beretta licensing, so that might be the reason why they went with the Beretta version of the gun. All right, at this point, let's do a little bit of a walk around. And you'll notice here we have the ugly writing that we find on a lot of these guns for, you know, safety reasons. Companies don't want to be liable, obviously. It's kind of too bad. Some guns like KWC doesn't put it on there. They're direct from China guns, don't have it on there. But the bigger companies will do that, probably again for liability reasons. Want to make sure that it's right up front and center so you don't miss it. You have serial number, made in Taiwan here, right? You have the BB caliber 4.5 millimeter BB, right? The model number. You have the takedown lever here. I'll show you that in a bit when I take it down. Of course, your trigger, semi and double action, single action, double action, sorry. So single action, double action. Again, I showed you that safety, right? So that would be semi-auto, full auto, and safe, okay? Right? You do have the white dot sight on the back. Nothing on the front, really. Nice grips here, Crosman branding. You do have a nice full-size dropout metal magazine with your CO2 Allen key screw there, so that comes out, right? Loaded generally from the top. You might be able to get them in the bottom there. It just depends. Yeah, you can get them in the bottom, or you could load them through the top, whatever's easiest for you. Okay, on the other side here, again, we have the markings for full auto, semi-auto, right? Full auto P1, recessed barrel, right? We have the rail, which of course we'll be attaching the laser to. Nice looking gun. All right, so at this point, we're going to do a field strip real quick for you guys. Okay, so you got to pull the slide back. Forgot to do that. Just, pull the slide back, then you push this little button here out a little bit, and then you rotate it down. Now the slide will come off. Okay, and there you go. So, I mean, I'm not going to take the barrel out, but you can take the barrel out if you want. Remove it from the slide and get in there, right? So this is all metal, all metal. Both parts have got decent weight to them because they're full metal slide, full metal frame. Again, this gun's almost 2.5 pounds, so that's pretty good. Easy to put back together, as I just showed you. All right. All right, let's go over some of the pros and the cons, and then we'll wrap up this video. Almost everything about the P1 is metal: the slide, the barrel, the frame, the magazine, trigger, hammer. There's going to be a couple plastic parts inside, maybe the gas chamber area, the pistol grips, of course, but most of it's metal. That's why it weighs in at almost 2.5 pounds. It does have a heavy blowback feel in general. Didn't really show you, but it does have full blowback operation, right? So, slide catch release catches back nice and far. You do have that full blowback operation. And it's nice that it has that single and double action trigger, what you'd kind of find normally on a Beretta style or Taurus style gun like this. And again, it's full auto ready out of the box, but you can select semi or full. If you don't feel like going through BBs like crazy, just shoot in semi-auto. You'll probably get a lot more shots per CO2, and of course, a lot more accuracy shooting in semi-auto. I like that the Crosman P1 field strips like the real steel version. And this basic model, this PT-92 version of this KWC pistol, has been on the market for a long time. Any problems they had with some initial air guns like this have been worked out over time. This gun's going to be reliable and dependable. And again, it's a pretty nice replica of the Taurus PT-92. If you're looking for more of a Beretta style gun, then take a look at what Umarex offers or KWC directly with their P92. It's also nice that the P1 comes with a laser in the box. You don't have to go hunting around for one. It's all ready to go, perfectly set up for this pistol. All right, a few cons. It does have that ugly white warning instruction on the slide, something that's hard to get away with big name companies like Crosman, Umarex, ASG. Typically, you're going to find that on their slides. And you only have that single white dot on the rear sight, so it would have kind of been nice to have a front dot of some sort. Maybe the typical dual dots on the back, a single dot on the front. Just a little bit easier to see on darker backgrounds. You can also expect to use up a lot of CO2 very quickly when you're shooting in full auto, and again, accuracy will be compromised as well, as this gun really moves around in full auto. And lastly, I don't know really what to suggest here. You can buy the KWC version, or you could even buy the Crosman version that doesn't come with the sight. Depending on the price, or if you get a special on one of those, you could essentially add your own laser sight to it. It might even be less expensive, but then you're going to have to do a little research and hunting around on your own. All right, again, I want to mention the Crosman P1 full auto BB pistol is available in both our Canada and our US online replica airgun stores over at replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. Again, I'll put links in the description for you to purchase those easily. If you're interested in other products, air guns, pellet guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, and other accessories, again, check out replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us for products of that nature. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe before you head out. Also, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Username is Replica Airguns. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.